Hi, I'm Phil from Driftworks, and the answer to the question in the title is no. I am selling quite a few cars out the fleet, but no, I haven't given up. No, the business is not collapsing. I'm just a fidget, and I spend a lot more time with my family nowadays than I used to, so I don't have quite so much time to F about all the time. So what's for sale? First of all, look at this, got a fancy new sign. Pretty sweet. That's for the big show that we're doing this year is Gravity at the NEC, which is something we're going to put a lot of effort into, like we do with one show a year, pretty much every year. This one happens to be on our doorstep, so we're hoping we'll be able to bring quite a few of the cars, which will be pretty nice. And that's for the trade stand there.
Hey! Filming! Filming the sign! There you go.
Noisy actual staff doing actual work, get in the way of our damn filming. Say hi, Jay.
Alright.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Jay. We're getting the E30s ready for the Nürburgring. It's currently Monday. We're leaving, well actually, we need to be finished by sort of Wednesday midday, don't we? Cause
mine looks closer than yours.
Yeah, yours is on the trailer. Yeah. Mine obviously has had a few last minute things, as they always pop up. We've actually been pretty good. We did some extra testing, didn't we?
Didn't exactly go to plan though, did it?
No, so in the last video that you saw on the E30, we had problems with the cut and blip on the shifting. We had problems with the power steering on this dropping out. It's got the Clio column e-pass system. So we changed a few bits. Fixed some wiring for the shifter, and we actually booked a last minute track day evening last Wednesday and went and did an evening session at Donington to test again. So blip and cut sorted, absolutely excellent. Power steering, not so much. So we've done a few more revisions. We were trying to get another test session today, but that ain't happening. And so yeah, we're just going to leave and hope for the best. It seems like there is essentially a limit to what these Clio column. Yeah, it's a Mark II one. People are saying do the Mark III setup, it's loads better, but what I'm hearing and reading in between the lines of pretty much anybody I speak to who's had anything to do with multiple electric power steering systems is that they're just always flawed. So I'm not going to go and redesign everything to mount a different column e-pass system. I'm going to probably look at seeing whether I can get back to using normal hydraulic steering. That would be my dream. We kind of have enough space for a hydraulic rack underneath now because we've moved a few bits. We also can obviously mount the standard pump to the engine, that shouldn't be a problem. There's a few bits to work out, like can we get E92 M3 power steering rack between the chassis rails, because we've got similar one here. This
How
is
short the tension rods need, tie rods need?
Yeah, which could be a problem. This is off an M5, this is a right-hand drive M5, so no good. But you can see it's absolutely massive. I think we have got the space, hopefully, underneath the engine to mount it without causing lots of bump steer issues. We can obviously correct that down the line if we needed to anyway. But yeah, we've run out of time. We're about to leave or pack up in 2 days. None of that's going to happen. We're essentially just going to ride it out at the Nürburgring and hope that it doesn't let me down anywhere too awkward.
We've taken cast off the car though.
Yeah, we have. We've taken some more cast off, which actually contributed to an improvement in handling, I'd say, and especially an improvement in handling once the power steering failed, which it inevitably did. It meant that the car was slightly easier to steer, but still a little bit awkward. But yeah, the car ripped. It was pretty decent. They made some further alignment changes as well. Everything was going really smoothly up until the point where the power steering wasn't fixed. So yeah, what else is going on? Well, first, you'll notice we've got a pretty nice ornament here, and there's a lack of a 964 turbo in the building here. My 964 turbo is at Gaz's, at the body shop. I found one that I like, finally. Or a deck lid that I'm willing to give a proper chance. I think it looks pretty cool. You're obviously gonna have to wait to see it. It's not that. I know a load of people will be like, you can't take that off. It's a big part of the RWB kit. I'm not getting rid of it. It's gonna go on the wall somewhere, and there's a very good chance that it might go back on. I just need to get this thought out of my head as to whether it might look better with a different type of deck lid on it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to fit this one, see where I like it, and see which one wins. Nothing new happening with the V10 at the moment. We're still working with Celeritech on the design for the airbox, which is super complicated, obviously, and Celeritech are incredibly busy because they're a really successful, well sought after company. So he's trying to fit my work in amongst, you know, real proper paying jobs. I obviously am paying him a considerable amount of money for this, but yeah, some stuff he's had scheduled for months, so I have to fit in where I can. The GR Yaris is one of the cars that we're about to sell. It is currently in its fully modified state. It doesn't really get used very much. I think it's got 3,300 miles, 2001 car. We've got a brand new set of Recaro SPGs in it with fancy frames for those. We've got SSR wheels on it, 535 Nankang AR1s, and we've got KW Club Sport suspension. Yeah, that's for sale. I think it's probably worth 33.5 in standard trim, and I'll be probably putting it up with an offer in, you know, how it sits now for sort of half the price of the modifications that we've done to it added on top, because they've all done less than 100 miles, something like that. I think it's done one track day since we've fitted most of this stuff. So that'll be up for sale soon. The reason for sale of that one is it's James's car, my business partner. He's going for something a little more in keeping with our sort of normal recipe. So we've got something BMW flavoured on the way, which I'm sure a lot of you will be excited to see. S15. Still looking correct ride height, but I haven't really done anything since the pre-prep for Johnny from the Late Break show coming. That was a great success, that shoot. Really, really long day. And Johnny actually ended up driving the 964 Turbo, which was really cool as well. I don't really get to see people driving that car very often, so it was pretty nuts, and he did pretty well with that clutch, I gotta say. Did better than Jay. Johnny did better than you on that clutch, didn't he?
Yeah, we made it easier.
Oh, we fixed it, have we?
Well, we made it better, we haven't fixed it. When I drove it was undrivable.
It's so bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Get what you pay for.
Damn cheap triple blades. Yeah. It looks good. Nice to see it. I don't get to see it. Have fun. I reckon you should have a go again because it's still pretty undrivable.
Well, I can move it around the workshop now and I couldn't before.
So sweet. Yeah, that was a good success. S15, as I say, nothing has happened to it, but I'm already formulating some plans.
It runs on 6 cylinders.
Oh, true, yeah. Actually, what did we have to do to sort that?
Take the plugs out, clean them.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pretty easy because we, unlike the old days, we didn't have to make an extension for the plug socket. We actually just found the right size snap-on one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's not the funnest thing to work on.
It's not, especially when it's warm. But yeah, now that's running on 6 cylinders again. Jay's done a little bit of tuning on the Civex as well, just to make it idle a bit better because it was lean. Yeah, so there is a suspicion that it possibly was run on something a bit more fruity than our normal pump fuel, but I don't know because it hasn't really got a fuel system to support E85. So, but then on the other hand, that pipe that blew out that would kind of happen if that was E85.
I mean,
so
what does 2044s do? What will 2044s
I guess
do?
1,000 maybe?
Yeah, but on
On pump?
E85.
Yeah, not on E85. No. So yeah, we've got some more investigation to do on that. I've also sort of sent a few inquiries as to whether anybody's interested in helping us out with a bit of support on this car, because there is literally no budget for it at all. It's a really stupid idea to buy back, as I said. So I'm hoping that Quaif will be interested in helping us out with a sequential. And when I say helping us out, that doesn't mean that I get things for free. It's extremely rare that anybody in this world gets things for free, especially when you've got weedy YouTube numbers like we do. But yeah, the stuff we do is relatively unique, so we do have some pretty good partners that are often interested in supporting us a bit. That's one of the other ones that's for sale but kind of not for sale. I really don't want to sell it. It's stunning. It's an SR20 powered S15 Silvia, built as kind of the ultimate purist track drift thing, I guess is probably how to describe it. But it is for sale at 40 grand. I've got a bit of stuff to do, potentially having a look at some of the stuff on this that I might need to replicate to put on this. But yeah, it's pretty much, I should probably just sell it because I can't keep everything, can I? 997 GT3 is back to full boring spec standard. Jay spent a couple of days doing most of this for me, and I completed it with him, doing the alignment and the really specific sort of date and point measurements for the height, ride height on these cars. So yeah, that's going to be back up for sale again soon as a standard car. I think that'll be up for like 135, I think. And yeah, I've got all the bits off it. So Jay's got the Klein full exhaust system, in-canal exhaust system, ready to clean up down there. Yeah, we're a bit of a mess after the late break show. We basically destroyed the place again, doing loads of work trying to get that ready.
Look at these.
Oh yeah. Been playing a little bit. How cool is that? And how cool is it that HPI Racing made a Driftworks car?
Available in the shop?
No, it's not, unfortunately. We've another big part of what's going on at the moment is we're coming to the end of nearly 2 years of building, planning, and just tearing our hair out over a website upgrade. And that is looking like it's probably going to be happening Wednesday onwards. Might be simple, might not be. But we're holding off on putting these in the shop until after that's done. I think we've probably got sort of 16 of them in stock on the shelf there, something like that. So if you're particularly desperate for one,
buy it from somewhere else. Say that.
drop us an email. I'm not even sure how much they are. I think they're over 300 quid, aren't they?
I think it's like I said 260, so
right.
around about that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, how cool is that? I'm pretty damn honoured.
In the box, ready to run. Battery, charger, remote.
Yeah.
Batteries.
And I still knew how to drive it, but you can't do one of those wheelie things.
I can't do those children's wheels.
You can't do these.
Nah, I can do sticks, but I can't use that.
No, it's way easier with that. So yeah, I remember how to do it because we used to have a proper drift track here, an RC drift track here, a long time ago before we filled it up with silly cars. Quite good fun that was back in the day. So where did I get to? Right. Alex's, I keep swiping past. He's doing some work on his 33 at the moment. This is kind of sitting there, not doing a great deal at the moment because it's not running particularly well. And I've made the decision, finally, to put it on a single 12-cylinder ECU. So I'm currently chatting to Motec about their M150 and getting that on here. There's a few people who are, again, interested in sort of helping us out and getting involved with this car, but we've battled since day one having to have essentially 2 laptops connected to 2 ECUs to make any changes to this. And there's something particularly wrong with it at the moment, that we cannot get the balance between left and right banks correct. We've got a fueling issue on one bank where it's perfect on the other. And it's quite handy because the Emerald ECUs that we do use, all the work that Carl and Craig next door did to get this set up and running, they display on, I haven't got the keys with me, so there's not a lot of point in me looking at this, but the aim dash that we've got in here is superb, and we've actually got left and right AFRs, so I can clearly see where there's a problem. And I did a little burnout the other day. Paying attention to what's going on, and one of the banks is running lean, so I decided that enough's enough. As I say, the Emerald stuff is absolutely superb, and we wouldn't have been able to do this project without them. It literally would not have happened. They sorted out so many problems, but just for me, I think it's time now to be able to handle everything off one ECU. I think it will make a massive difference to my confidence in the car and taking it to other shows, going up hill climbs, stuff like that, and hopefully not destroying a 50 grand engine. That'd be nice.
Is that what's there?
Yeah.
I better rebuild some on that.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's horrific.
Oh yeah, that comes back full loop to, you know, me giving up selling everything because, you know, we're a failing business or whatever. Actually, I have another thing coming that I've bought. That's another silly thing. I can't even really give you any clues on that one at the moment. Yeah, it has to be here for it to actually be a thing to exist, and then I'll tell you about it then. But yes, we are selling 4 cars. The 4th one is my Impala. Yeah, so these things in the States have gone wild money-wise. And I've put this up for sale in the UK for 50 grand and had a few interested parties, but most people just want to cut you in half and expect to get it for next to nothing. I'm going to reduce the price on it now to probably 42 and see whether it sells. If not, I'm really not bothered. I really enjoyed driving this thing just now, and I do think it'd be a pretty cool cruiser to go out with the family in from time to time if I can fit some kind of baby seat set up for it. So yeah, 42,000 quid, big block 454, runs off a Holly, dominates, Holly Sniper. Jay's the American expert here. Holly Sniper, starts on the button every time, fantastically reliable for me. It's on air and it's got ride tech, anti-roll bars and shocks, so actually drives really nicely. Yeah, there it is. One of the coolest cars you'll ever see, and could be yours for a mere snip at 42,000 quid.
What a deal.
What a deal. So yeah, the only other car in here, apart from Starkey's yellow S15, which he's currently broken the air ride system on. He cannot be trusted on the tools, that boy, let me assure you. But he assures me that he's going to be working on that whilst we're away.
I guarantee you it's still there.
I guarantee you too. Yeah, 8.6. That's probably what we're going to go to LZ Fest again in, because there was some thought about whether we'd be able to take this, but I think we need to have a proper look at the build of this engine. So I'm probably going to be having a word with our buddy Dave Yandel about inspecting that and maybe tearing it apart and rebuilding it, just so we've got peace of mind before we go mapping it. But that means that, yeah, as much as I'd like to have taken that to LZ Fest.
I'll be disappointed then if I miss that.
Yeah, Jay can't make it, it's his lad's birthday.
Yeah, I can't get away with it.
No, but yeah, I don't think people will be too disappointed to see this. It does seem to go down well, particularly in Ireland, but yeah. Oh, high five, I always forget that because it's not mine and I can't fit in it, but it's still there, still runs, it still looks cool. We're going to probably convert the back of that to be a bit of a merch stand for the show that we do, Gravity. So yeah, that's probably about it. Pretty simple video, pretty quick walk around. Anybody interested in any of the cars that we do have for sale, drop me a message on Instagram or something like that. You can drop an email to shop@driftworks.com and that'll be forwarded to me. But yeah, that'll probably do it. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.